Good morning, children. Welcome to science class. Today we are going to learn a new topic, gravitational force. You're going to learn about the effects of gravitational force on an object. So, you can look at the picture that there's an apple tree and the apples are falling down on the ground. So, why do you think the apple falls on the ground? Or, when you're jumping on a trampoline, why do you think you come down back on the trampoline? Well, this happens because of gravity or what we call gravitational force. The apple falls down from the tree because the earth applies a pulling force on the apple. Or when you are jumping on a trampoline, you come down because the earth pulls you down. Gravity is a pulling force. Now, what is gravity? Let us learn about gravity in detail. What is it exactly? So, gravity is an invisible force that pulls objects towards each other. The gravity of the earth pulls every object towards it. You cannot see gravity, you cannot even feel it, but it's there. And the earth has this pulling force on every object that we see around us, even ourselves. Gravity helps us to stand on the ground, or else we would be floating in the air. You have seen in the TV that astronauts, when they go in space, they float. The reason is that there is no gravity in space. The earth has a pulling force on every object, and this is known as gravitational force. Gravity is an invisible force, a pulling force that will exist between any two objects, but one object has to be very big compared to the other one. In this picture, you can clearly see a parachute and a glider. The first one is a parachute, the second one is a glider. They fly in the air with the help of strong winds, but eventually the Earth's gravity pulls them down. Now, do you think only Earth has gravity? This is something to think about. Well, every object that is heavy has gravity. The heavier the object, the more gravity it will have. For example, the sun is the most heavy object in this solar system. So, the gravity of the sun is the strongest among all the planets, and this is what helps the planets to stay in orbit. The gravity, when you compare the gravity of the earth and the moon also has its own gravitational pull towards the earth, and the earth also has a gravitational pull towards the moon. But since the earth is bigger than the moon, the earth's pull is more compared to the moon. This is why the moon stays in its place. Okay, let us see some fun facts about gravity. Gravity was discovered by a famous scientist, Sir Isaac Newton. He was sitting under an apple tree and he saw an apple fall down on the ground. This made him think, why did the apple fall down on the ground? Why didn't it go up? And he started researching about this. He started doing many experiments, and he discovered that eventually things they fall down on the ground, which means that there is something that is pulling them towards the ground. And later he discovered the law of gravitation, that yes, there is a pulling force that the earth has on all the objects. That's why things fall down. If I am holding a glass and it slips from my hand, it will not go up, it will fall down because the earth will pull it down. Now, the bigger the object, the more gravity it will have. If you compare the gravity of the earth and the sun has more gravity because it's bigger and heavier in size. The earth has more gravitational pull on heavier objects. If you look at the picture, it shows that there are two feathers and a box. Now, comparing the feather and the box is heavier. So, the box will hit the ground faster than the feather. Since the feather is light, the gravitational pull of the earth will be less. Since the box is heavy, the gravitational pull on the box will be more. The heavy the object is, the more faster the earth will pull it down towards the ground. Now, gravity also makes it hard for helicopters and aeroplanes to take off. That is why they need so much power to fly. If a helicopter or an aeroplane, if their engines do not work, they will fall down on the ground because of gravity. That's why they need so much of fuel and so much of power to stay in air. That is all about gravity. Thank you. Have a nice day.